Okay, now, do we have okay, well, we have two things. First of all, we have a huge big mess because even though I said, although you didn't hear me because for some reason, I think there must have been an update to my software because my cameras weren't working, my sound isn't working. I am hoping that you guys are still hanging out here with me, and I am hoping equally as much that we have not ruined our milk mixture. So I am going to continue to clean up here. Ugh, that makes my heart hurt and my mouth too. That we have wrecked all that cream, spilled it all over the place. Now, let's temper this. We're just going to pour it in here a little bit at a time. Oh, Space Bunzo, thank you so much for telling me that you couldn't hear me. I appreciate that. Okay, so you want to get about a cup of the hot milk mixture in here. So since you guys couldn't hear me, let me go over what we did. We put in 350 milliliters of whipping cream. We put in 125 mils of almond milk, 90 grams of sugar, 2 teaspoons or 10 milliliters of vanilla, and about half a teaspoon of salt. And we got that way too hot on the stove. Let me get the bottom of this cleaned off. Ha! Hello, Mom. I am glad you could join me. You missed the mess that we made, but you know what? We're going to keep on keeping on, and hopefully this is going to turn into some amazing ice cream. I'm not exactly sure how much we boiled over, but I am sure that the fact that we were whipping the eggs separately stopped our custard for our ice cream from curdling. Okay, now we're going to get rid of the whisk, and we're going to turn this on. Okay, we're going to turn it. Oh my goodness, this is just. Okay, what is going on? Is there a full moon tonight, guys? I don't know. Okay. Now we are going to continue stirring this with a wooden spoon. I don't know whether it's true or whether it isn't, but they say if you stir it with a wooden spoon, it's a creamier, nicer ice cream. So true, not true, not really sure. But it doesn't hurt anything to take the chance. But it might hurt something not to. And because we want this to be as wonderful and delicious as we can get it, we're just going to do it the old-fashioned way with a wooden spoon. Now, I was telling you, even though my mic wasn't working, I'll tell you again. This recipe is one that is especially for a very dear friend of mine. And she is working so hard to do keto. And I just really want to do anything that I can do to help her be successful. And one of the things that she has really been missing. Now, it's important to note that this particular person really doesn't need to lose any weight to speak of. And, okay, we're just going to turn that down. We don't want this to boil. We don't want these eggs to do anything except turn into beautiful custard for our vanilla ice cream. So this is going to be a wonderful treat that she can have more often than I can have it. I don't know where you sit on that scale, but because I still have weight to lose, this isn't something I should be eating very often. Even though there is a ton of beautiful, healthy fat in here. Okay, so this is our ice cream base, and this is going to go into the freezer to cool. And once it's nice and cold, we're going to throw it in the ice cream maker. Okay, so you can tell when this is done by running your finger across the spoon. Now you can see, look at this spoon, you can see it's still running on that spoon, so it is not done yet. When it leaves a nice thick coat on the spoon, then you know it's done. Now, if you want to use a thermometer, take it up to about 180 degrees, 190 degrees, not any hotter than that because you don't want it to boil. Now, if cookies and cream ice cream is not your favorite, what kind of ice cream is your favorite? What kind do you like the best? And I gotta tell you, lately, mine has been my coffee ice cream that we made a while back with avocados. Okay. No, that is still not very thick. It's still not sticking to the back of the spoon very well, so we're just going to keep cooking this. Now, if you are doing keto, how long have you been doing it? I've been doing keto for just over 3 years now, and my husband 2.5. Not everything, you guys, if you've been hanging out here with me for any time at all, you know that I also have TSL Organics, and I do my very best to bring the highest quality spices and spice blends to everybody that wants them. Now you can see, looking at this, that it's starting to get really silky and satiny and thickening up. That is pretty close to done right there. Okay, well, now we're going to take this and put it in a pan. Once you get it to that point, right where it's coating the back of the spoon, run your finger along it, and if it doesn't drip down, then you've got it right where you want it. And this is beautiful, silky smooth vanilla ice cream base, and we are going to pour it in a pan. And this is going to go in the fridge to cool off. Now, the bigger pan you use, you can put it in a bowl if you like. If you want to put it in overnight, that's fine. The bigger the pan is that you use, the faster it's going to cool. So if you're doing this at 1 o'clock in the afternoon and you want ice cream for supper, well, you might want to think about using a big cake pan or something like that. Now, once you get it in the pan, you want to take a piece of, not that stuff, that's the wrong one. Just, do you have more than one type of cling wrap in your kitchen? Just grab the cheapest one that you can find, and we want to put a film over top of this, and that's going to stop it from getting, if we can get it to rip, that's going to stop it from getting that film on top. I don't even know what to call it, but we want this, the entire bunch of it, to stay all nice and creamy and yummy. So you just put that saran wrap on like this, make sure that it's touching, and then you stick it in the fridge to cool. Okay, now we'll get our mess out of the way, and we will come back over here. Now I'm just going to set this out of our way, and we'll see. If what I put in here a little bit earlier is cool enough, and I think it is. Now you'll see I did not put saran wrap on this, and you can see just a wee little bit of a film there. But it's going to be okay because this went in the freezer, so it cooled much more quickly. So it really did not have a chance to get that thick skin on it that we were talking about. Okay, now, ice cream maker. If you don't have an ice cream maker, you can leave this in the pan, and you can go back every 20 minutes, set a timer, go back and just mix it. It's going to be a lot more labor intensive, but the flavor is going to be so worth it, guys. Yeah, it's going to be worth it. Now, we need, and I should have gotten it out at the same time, we need an ice cream maker. And let's see if I can get this open. Oh, that is very cool. You know, it doesn't seem to matter how big your kitchen is, it is just never big enough. Okay, now ice cream paddle in the bowl. Ice cream bowl in the ice cream maker. And, okay. This is not something that gets used in my kitchen lots and lots, so it's something that was put away. But we have it out now, and we are going to make some ice cream. Now, when this ice cream is done, and we're not going to be able to hang out long enough today to get it all done while we're together, but when this ice cream is done, we're going to layer it with the cookies that we made on Wednesday. So we're just going to pour this in here. Hopefully I don't spill it. That seems to be a thing in my world today. Okay. Definitely want to make sure that you get everything out of here because this is wonderfully yummy. And your ice cream maker is going to do the work for you. It's going to churn it. Now, if you have an electric ice cream maker, you want to make sure you don't over churn it. Oh, this thumb gets in my way. You know, you really don't realize how many times in a day you touch a specific spot on your thumb or whatever body part until it's sore. And then you are very clear on how many times a day you touch it. And I'm back. Okay, now that is that. I'm going to set this over here. Now I'm going to show you that ice cream maker is just working and working. Now, while that's working, I'm going to set this aside. Let's see if we can get it out of the way. Oh, maybe. Okay. Let's come over here a little bit. Now, these are some of the Oreos that we made on Wednesday. And so the Oreos, if you buy cookies and cream, all you're going to get is just the little crummy bits. Well, we want something better than that. We want nice big chunks of chocolate cookie in our cookies and cream ice cream. So take the cookies that you made, and if you have a meat tenderizer, or this is my tamper for just tamping vegetables into jars, and you can just break them up until they are as big or as small as you want them. This is your ice cream. Do what makes you happy. If you want big chunks in there, put big chunks in. Now, once this ice cream is churned, you want to layer it. So you're going to put a little bit of a layer of ice cream, then you're going to put a layer of cookies, and then a layer of ice cream, layer of cookies. And I should have, and I didn't, have a bowl in the fridge. Enough crashing and banging. Now I'm going to put this up in the freezer just for a few minutes while that's churning. That's going to make it cold enough that when the ice cream hits it, it doesn't melt right in that spot. And then we're going to cover that with saran wrap as well. Now if you have an ice cream mold, you can put it in there, put the lid on it. That's wonderful. I don't have an ice cream mold, but that's okay. Not a big deal. Okay, this smells amazing. And these Oreo cookies are awesome. Now, if you made Oreo cookies, since you saw me on Wednesday, leave those cookies out to cool or put them in your dehydrator. You want them to get a little bit crunchy because they're going to soak up some of the ice cream when it goes in there. So you don't want them dried out hard, but you want them a little bit crunchy. So I just left these ones out, and they have a little bit of a crunch, but still they're easy to chew, and that's where we want to be with those. Okay, this is going to take about 20 minutes, and we are going to run out of time. So, I'm fascinated by ice cream churns, and I don't know why. Now, I do want to talk to you a little bit. Let me... Whoops. There. do want to talk to you a little bit about what being healthy is. Now, a lot of people say that being healthy is not being sick. Being healthy means you don't have a cold, you don't have the flu, you don't have COVID, you don't have cancer. That's being healthy. That's a pretty finite definition. What if you don't have any of those things? What if you don't have any disease at all? But what you do have is chronic fatigue. What you do have is a headache that won't disappear. It's not a disease, but you need to see a chiropractor. There are all kinds of what ifs. In order for you to be healthy, your body needs to be working optimally. Your body needs to be working exactly the way that it was designed to work if you treat it properly. So, if you live north of Las Vegas, north of Atlanta, you need to be taking vitamin D. Now, I know we've talked about this before. We've talked about the research that's been done, and there is more and more research being done. The first research that I heard about as far as vitamin D and COVID goes was last year. It was a very small study done in Spain, but they definitely saw a correlation between low vitamin D levels and people being sick with COVID, having COVID, testing positive for it. Now, that makes perfect sense to me because of the amount of reading that I've done, but I'm going to explain it to you. Vitamin D does all kinds of amazing things in your body, but one of the things that it does, and one of the most important things that it does, is it makes your immune system stronger. And as your vitamin D levels are depleted, so is your immune system. So you really, really need to be taking a vitamin D supplement. Go and talk to a naturopath or a naturopathic doctor. Find out what dosage is right for you. That's not something that I want to talk about while we're together. It's something that can definitely help you be healthy. That's just a fact. And when you're told that your health depends on you taking something from a pharmacy, some kind of pharmaceutical, some kind of pill, and my favorite example is statins. Statins are designed to lower your LDL, and that's important. You need to have your LDL lowered. That has not been proven. Not at all. Now, I'm going to put a link to a video talking about research that's been done on a new pill, a new medication designed to lower your LDL, and what some really brilliant minds think of what they're doing and why they're doing it. So I will put that link, I'll do a post on the Facebook page. So if you are not seeing me on Facebook, if you're on Twitch or you're on YouTube, come check out my Facebook page. It's facebook.com/thisshininglife, the same as it is on Twitch, the same as it is on YouTube. Whatever platform you're watching me on, thank you so much for being here with me today. I truly do appreciate all of you. This is not ready yet, so I'm going to bet that you guys are a little bit jealous right now. You can make your own. This is easy. Let's go over the ingredients again because I know my sound was all wonky. We've got half a cup of almond milk, 350 milliliters, so half a cup, 125 milliliters of almond milk, 350 milliliters of heavy cream, 90 grams of granular erythritol. And remember, we're using the granular because it's going to melt down while it's cooking, so we don't need to use powder. That's more expensive. We have 20 milliliters or 2 teaspoons of, or 10 milliliters or 2 teaspoons of vanilla, about half a teaspoon-ish, 2.5 milliliters of salt, and we have 80 grams of crunched up yummy cookies that we are going to be layering in our ice cream when it's done in here. And it will be done in the next little while. So, until I see you on Sunday, now between now and Sunday, I'm working on a new recipe. And I'm hoping that I'm going to have it just where we need it, because I would really love to introduce you to my TSL pumpkin pie spice that I am so proud of. It's turned out so well, and I'm so honored to be able to offer it to all of you for your Thanksgiving dinner table. So look for me at farmers markets in Central Alberta. I'm in Rimbey tomorrow. Monday, I'm in Pinoka. Wednesday, I think I'm going to be home. Thursday in Innisfail, Alberta. Friday in Lacombe, Alberta, and Saturday again in Rimbey. The market season is coming to an end, but that doesn't mean you can't get TSL organic spices. Do your very best to live your best version of this shining life. That's what I'm going to do. Now go eat some ice cream, and I will see you on Sunday. Let's get healthy, and let's get really healthy, not just not sick. I will talk to you on Sunday morning, 10 a.m. Mountain. You don't want to miss it. We're going to be doing pumpkin pie if I can get it figured out between now and then.